Hello, everyone. Welcome. We'll go ahead and get started. My name is Ashley Pylan. I am a Health and Human Science Extension educator here at Purdue Extension for Marion County. And today's Lunch and Learn meeting is going to be SMART Goals and how to incorporate a vision board using some Canva pieces. And at the end, I'll have a QR code available for surveys. So if you could take a moment and complete that survey for me, that would be wonderful. And it's just a huge help to get an idea of how we are doing and how we're presenting, because we're always learning. So we'll go ahead and get started here. And all right, to start with Purdue Extension, Marion County, our mission is to deliver research-based evidence programs to help transform lives and livelihoods. We focus on 4 areas: agriculture, natural resources, community development, health and human science, and our most popular area is the 4-H youth development. If you have any other questions about future programming, or you would like more information about a particular area, please feel free to reach out or also reach out to subscribe to our newsletter as well. This is our DEI statement, making sure that we are being inclusive and reaching out to all communities in Marion County. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Part of our funding comes from the USDA. So we try to follow all the civil rights regulations and policies. And if you have, or feel that you need to file an grievance, hopefully you feel comfortable to reach out to us first if we've done something wrong where we can make a change and correct that. But you can also reach out to the USDA and let them know, what you might have, problems that you might have had. All right, today's objectives. We're going to talk about establishing SMART goals, I put in here how to use them in coaching moments. I've had clients that I've worked with in community centers, so it could be those pieces. And then powerful questions, and then also when do you review your goals, when to look at it, but then also we're also going to look at how to create that vision board in Canva or any form. I think creating vision boards are always exciting and fun. I know I used to do it with a youth group that I worked with, and we used magazines and cutouts, and it was a great time to separate from technology and just enjoy each other's company. All right, let's talk about SMART goals and why do we have SMART goals? SMART goals are a great way to, let me move on to this piece. This is my favorite screen. I hope everybody can see everything okay. I have my Canva up so we can later look at more details on pieces, but so looking at SMART goals, this image comes from Louisiana State's extension program, their 4-H team. It's a great way to kind of break things down when you're establishing your goals. So we're going to go through the 4 areas and talk about, I notice on here the numbers are wrong too. My goodness. But the first part when you're establishing your SMART goals is to be specific. What do you plan to do? What does that goal look like exactly? You always want to make sure that you're being clear on what that looks like. And writing those out. These are great examples. I will save $60 to buy that video game. I will get A's on my report card. Again, reminder, this was for 4-H, but it was such a great resource to have that I just continuously share with everyone. And then the second part is measurable. Are these goals, are you going to be able to accomplish them? What are the steps that you're going to need to take to get to that end result? And what is that going to look like? I'm going to move on because I have some other slides that kind of break these down a little bit more. So like we said, for being specific, just being clear on what that goal is, and go easy on yourself. Give yourself some grace. Know that if you have a goal for a savings plan, you know, $100 may not be realistic. Maybe it's just $50, and that's okay, because you can always adjust those goals as you move along. So let's talk a little bit more about the measurable pieces. You know, what do you need to do to accomplish this? What's going to help kind of motivate you to stay on track? And thinking about those pieces is going to be an important piece when you're creating your goals. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to put them in the chat, or stop me, and I'd be happy to answer those as well. Let's talk about, you know, is your goals attainable? Are these something, is it is it putting more stress on your financial situations? Is it going to help your financial situations? Is it going to help, what does those possibilities look like? So you thinking about those things, making sure it's attainable and being just realistic about those pieces. Is it relevant to your goals? What resources are you going to use to help you achieve those goals? And just being mindful that, you know, things are going to take a little bit longer than normal if you have a lot of things going on. How are you going to narrow those down to prioritize the important pieces that you're wanting to focus on for your goals? And why is this important to you? And kind of ask yourself that piece, why is this important? Periodically, as you're going through your creating your goals and your vision, just keeping that in mind and making sure that this is a piece that is important for you. Is it time bound? Is this going to be realistic? I was just talking to a group today, and we were talking about the home ownership process, and the biggest thing I would tell clients that I've worked with in the past is, you know, owning a home is not always the American dream. But also owning a home is not going to happen if you are in a crisis mode or you're living paycheck to paycheck. It's not going to happen in a year or 6 months. So thinking about those middle steps on what it's going to take to get to that goal. You know, ideally, if you're working on purchasing a home, maybe those first 6 months you're looking at building the credit, paying off the debt, and really working towards building that savings to help with the down payment when you're purchasing the home. So using those pieces to help create those goals to help you succeed, but giving it a time frame to help keep you accountable for those goals. So changing behaviors. I always thought it was something that, you know, if we kept ourselves accountable within 21 days, the habit will be changed. Not really. You know, looking back at some of the studies in 2009 in the European Journal Social Psychology Journal, it stated that it actually takes between 18 to 254 days for a person to create a new habit, which is a lot of time. But also hopefully that's a reminder for us to give us some grace, but knowing that this habit can be changed. We can create new habits. We can establish those goals and follow through. It also stated that the average is about 66 days for new behaviors to become automatic. In reality, 66 days is not that long. As we think about time, it goes really fast. So finding ways to, um, what are those healthy habits that you can use to help you keep you on that track, so that you are creating those new behaviors. So some of those pieces could be establishing the goals, creating a simple action plan. Keep it simple. Keep everything simple because I feel like we get so in depth with the details and we just complicate things. So keep it simple and be consistent. How are you going to keep yourself accountable? I have had clients in the past that would write their notes, their goals on their mirror, with dry erase markers, or they would put their vision board on the refrigerator because it's somewhere that they're going to look at every single day to help keep them motivated. And then also celebrating those moments. If you have achieved a goal, celebrate it. Find a way that you're going to celebrate yourself, and honor that moment of success. If you've increased your credit score, what is that going to look like? How are you going to celebrate that? Using those moments, and honoring those moments because life is hard and, let's use those times to celebrate. How often do you review your goals? Maybe it's you're kind of adjusting every 3 months. Um, you're going to know what's going to work best for you. And again, some of these notes on here are from some tips that I offer for community centers for coaching pieces. So I apologize, but looking at your goals, 1 to 3 months or however you feel comfortable with. If it's on your refrigerator and you're looking at these every single day, that's what's going to work best for you. But set your goals up for no more than 6 months. And then after 6 months, you can evaluate it in 3 months and then create new goals. Or after 6 months, you can continue on with those goals if you need to. I feel like we get so burn out with doing like 2-year goals that by the time you get to year one, you are already struggling to meet some of those goals. So going back to those SMART goals and being realistic, the time bound, keep them short and sweet and keep things simple. So today I wanted to incorporate ways of using Canva, and creating a vision board because this is what's exciting. This is fun for me. This is something, that some of us would enjoy doing. There's so many different ways that you can do vision boards. You can do it on Canva, and Canva's free. If you've never used Canva, it's a great program. It's user friendly. As you can see on here, you have different pieces that you can use. We'll go back to kind of do a short introduction on Canva, but you can go in and you can change your the backgrounds. You can pick different backgrounds. You can create different color palettes. You can add in shapes, arrows, make it a little more visually appealing. You can change your fonts to have really cool, fun pieces on here. You can upload photos. You can draw. There's just endless possibilities that you can do with this program. But on here, I have um, just showing you an idea of what you can do. These pictures came from Google. So part of my visions, I am working on my master's and will graduate in 2026. Working on redoing my bathroom and wanting to update it. So I've been doing it in pieces. I've redid my toilet and now I bought a new vanity. So finding out what's going to work best for us in our household. One of my friends from our last meeting, she said one of her goals was to buy a new KitchenAid. So I put a KitchenAid on here for her. So it could be a variety of things. It could be whatever you want it to be, whatever your goals are for this year or the next 6 months, add them to this. My long-term goal would be to have this amazing, huge, beautiful kitchen. I feel like having a beautiful homey kitchen is a place where you feel safe and you're at home and everybody comes to the kitchen and is just relaxing. And that would be my long-term goal, is to eventually have that space. So finding what is going to work best for you. And then have your date on here. When did you start this? Do you need to add on dates on when you'll achieve that goal? You can also do vision boards with magazines. If you have old magazines lying around, this is a great family activity that you could do at home or with family or friends for girls' night, whatever that might look like. This is always a fun activity to do. But you can cut out pictures and put it to some cardstock or something that you can have around to look at these pictures and your vision board and have it ready to go. So there's endless possibilities, and you can always add in so many different elements, pictures. If you're wanting to focus more time on family, upload a family picture to this. Have it on there. Honor that moment of having it as a goal or a vision of something that you're wanting to do. Um, I think. Is there any questions or comments? All right. Well, that's about it that I have for you today. We have about 10 more minutes left. Or wait a minute. No, I am joking. We go until 1:30. We could go until 1:30. But hopefully you guys are getting some more time back. And if you have any more questions that you might have for Canva or your vision goals, vision board, please feel free to put that in the chat, or you can email me and I will give you my contact information. So feel free to reach out to me. You're welcome to call me or email me with any questions that you might have. I'll leave this up here for just a minute. But then also, if you can take a moment and complete our survey, I can put the link in our chat. Or you can use the QR code as well. I'll leave that up for just a minute and then switch back. But thank you all so much for coming today and joining us for our Lunch and Learn. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope all of you are excited to create your vision boards and create your goals. And if you ever need any resources, please feel free to reach out, and we're here to help. Thank you so much.